What's up, everybody? It's LaMuerteBlanca. Some time ago, I released a full story review of the latest game in the Yakuza franchise, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Many of you asked for more, so guess what? I got more. Starting with this video right here, where it all began, Yakuza 0. All you stiffs who are about to comment, but Blanca, first game was Yakuza, and Yakuza 0 was released later. I know, we're doing this chronologically. Straight up, the Yakuza games are all amazing, but they are also long as hell. I get it, I have a job, I have a family, stream to maintain. It's tough trying to find time to play these long-ass RPG, story-focused games. Even if you're one of those people that can't spare 30 to 100 hours to play this game, or even 5 hours to watch all the cutscenes, but want to experience this amazing story, I got you. Before we even get into the story, the game opens up with one of the most hype, get you pumped up to punch up and do other Yakuza shit intros of all time. I usually voice over the cutscenes, but I'm going to shut up for a second so we can appreciate how fucking awesome this intro really is. So the story opens up, and of course the literal first thing we see is the main theme of the entire franchise, beating the shit out of people. The main character of the first 6 games of the series, our man's Kiru Kazuma, is doing collections for a loan shark trying to make a name for himself in the Yakuza. The next night, Kiru goes out with a sworn brother, Nishiki. The news comes on, and they are reporting on the guy Kiru recently kicked the shit out of, but it's a murder investigation. Wait, what? Yeah, Kiru fucked him up, but not nearly enough to kill him. We're like 15 minutes in this game and shit's already getting crazy. Kiru then gets a call from the Dojima family HQ, the family he's sworn to, where he's confronted by the family lieutenants. Spoiler alert, they're all dicks. From douchebag to fuckboy, they are Koozai, Shibusawa, and Awano. Kiru tries to say he didn't do it, but of course no one fucking listens to reason, but then we find out the real reason why the murder is such a big deal. The empty lot where the body was found is a special piece of land that the head of the Dojima family wants by any means necessary. Killing motherfuckers, extortion, snitching on their mamas, any means should tell you how significant this patch of dirt really is. But now it's a murder scene, so you can imagine how everyone thinks Kiru seriously fucked up. You also find out that whatever lieutenant delivers the land gets to be the next captain in the family because Kazama, Kiru's mentor and father figure, is currently in jail. Kiru thinks Koozai over here on some fishy shit, so he's all like, fuck this, ultimately decides to leave the Yakuza and solve the problem on his own in order to protect his captain and father figure Kazama, and bring Koozai's bullshit to light. But no one just leaves the Yakuza. Remember, the main theme of the series? You need to beat the shit out of everyone first. So Kiru goes to the family HQ, beats the fuck out of mad Yakuza thugs and Koozai's punk ass to have a meeting with the head honcho himself, Dojima. One thing leads to another, Koozai loses a finger, and Kiru is now a civvy, also known as a civilian. Now Kiru is fucking depressed. Man lost his whole identity, he's been framed for murder, and he's worried about what's gonna happen to Kazuma because of all the Yakuza politics bullshit. Not to mention it's also raining, and he forgot his umbrella. But a mysterious man named Tachibana then approaches saying he's been wanting to meet Kiru for some time. I don't know about you, but I don't usually trust strangers that walk up to me knowing my name saying they've been dying to meet me. You learn that Tachibana is on a mission to disrupt the Tojo clan's influence on Kamurocho. He's the one that's been buying up all the properties within the various districts, and he's the one that's been having his eyes set on the empty lot as he understands how significant it is to the Yakuza's plans. Then Tachibana drops a straight bomb on Kiru and says there is someone from the Tojo that insisted they meet. Fucking Kazama himself, the guy in jail, Kiru's mentor, is working behind the scenes to disrupt the Yakuza's plans. Is he trying to preserve the captain's seat? Does he have some other plan to mess with the Yakuza? We don't know, but this shit is already off the rails. So the way Yakuza 0 works is you are playing 2 simultaneous stories. So this shit is going to get way more complicated. Try to keep up. I'll do my best to make sense of everything. Now you are Goro Majima. Forget everything we just went over with Kiru because this is all different. Well, don't forget it. We'll come back to it later. Just put it aside. Yeah, over there. Keep it nice. Keep it neat. You'll need it later. So anyway, Majima is the manager of the #1 cabaret club in Sotsunbori. For those of you that don't know, it's like a fancy brothel, but no fucking. Guys spend mad money to sit next to talk to pretty girls while they get drunk. Waste of money if you ask me, but I also didn't grow up in 1980s Japan. Of course, it's Yakuza controlled and Majima is being forced to run the club. Sagawa, this prick in the brown suit, is essentially Majima's handler. Majima is also under constant watch and can't leave the city. He really got into some shit 3 years ago when he and his sworn brother planned to kill a bunch of Yakuza from another family that weren't supposed to be killed. Majima gets jumped by his own family and tortured by his boss, bald-head ass Shimano. And somehow, for some reason, I have no fucking clue why, but Majima wants back in the family, so that's why he's doing this cabaret thing. Sagawa then has a job for Majima, one that could get him back in the family. He needs to complete a hit on a person named Makoto. With very little information about his target, Majima rushes to the supposed place of business for this person, only to find a blind woman who thinks Majima is a client. So instead of killing people, he gets a massage. The woman's boss arrives during the session. He knows Majima is a hitman, so he sends the blind girl out on an errand. Majima senses that this is Makoto, so they whoop the shit at each other, but get interrupted by some random ass cheap suit wearing low level thugs. Majima finds out this brolic motherfucker is not actually Makoto, but oh shit, the blind girl's Makoto? Lee, the brolic motherfucker, gets shot trying to protect homegirl. She gets kidnapped. Majima's all like, "You punk bitch, I'm supposed to kill her." So he whoops everyone's ass trying to get to her, saves her from the cheap suit collective, and at this point the girl is fucking terrified. I mean, she just got kidnapped, saved by some random dude she recently gave a massage to. Her boss got shot, might be dead, we don't know, and she's blind. She's blind. Any traumatizing experience that happens to someone is exponentially worse if they can't see. It's facts, look it up, or don't because I just made it up, but it's facts. Anyway, she's fucking terrified, so Majima is trying to reassure her, but is he reassuring her to actually help her since he has a heart of gold? Or is this false assurance so he can kill her and get back in the family? After the classic reflection in the blade scene, it all fades to black, so as much as you want answers, your ass is gonna have to wait because we're going back to Kiru. Remember when I told you to put that stuff aside and keep it neat? Well, we're picking it back up, so I hope you kept it neat because then you're gonna have to reorganize it before you pick it up, but here we go. After Kiru's meeting with Tachibana, we learn that he starts working as part of Tachibana's real estate group. And in return, Tachibana starts looking for the real murderer. The goal right now is to find the empty lot owner so they can buy it up before the Yakuza do. So Wana shows up, tells Nishiki to sit his punk ass down, basically tells Kiru they didn't know about Kazuma's in cahoots with Tachibana. They give Kiru till morning to turn in Tachibana, or they're throwing them on the Dojima hit list. Morning comes, guess what? Kiru ain't no snitch. My man's Kiru ain't no bitch. At this point, the entire Dojima family's out to kill him. Kiru's on the run and dips into the sewer because no one would look for him there, right? Wrong. Koozai's in there already with a motorcycle ready to run his ass over. A fucking motorcycle. How do you even get a full-size motorcycle into the sewer? And how long was Koozai stinking ass there waiting for him? Like, he probably smells like shit. So even with a motorcycle and a big-ass metal pipe, Koozai still gets his ass whipped. Like he didn't learn his lesson the first time. Like really though, this man's can't fight for shit. Then Kiru runs into Awano. Awano tries to recruit him, but Kiru's all like, "I'm not joining your bitch ass. I'd rather get shot." And he gets to step in when Nishiki pulls up. Nishiki's all like, "Get in the car, fool, before they find and kill you." They stop in the middle of the forest. At this point, Kiru knows Nishiki's on some sus shit because guess what? He is. Man pulls a gun and is about to kill his sworn brother and tries to justify it by saying he doesn't want them to capture Kiru and torture him. There are some fates worse than death. Nah, fam. I ain't buying it. Nishiki, you tripping. Kiru's badass self is all like, "Shoot me, bitch. You won't." Even tells Nishiki to man the fuck up and stop crying. Let's go, Kiru. I see you. Do your thing. Anyway, gun goes off. Nishiki can't shoot. Nishiki cries some more. Kiru's all like, "I have to do things. We're not sworn brothers anymore." Takes the man's car and just dips. Like, leaves his mans alone in the forest at night. And remember, this is the 80s. Cell phone reception isn't that good during this time. We're not even sure he even has a phone at this point. How the fuck is he gonna get back to Kamurocho? Nishiki, you better get to stepping. That's cold-blooded Kiru. Respect. Now we're back to Majima. Remember that blind girl he was supposed to kill? Yeah, he couldn't do it. Majima might be a bad man, but he's not a bad guy. She confirms she's Makoto and she's looking for a man with a bat tattoo, but won't say why. You go find Lee to find out that she's actually blind because of the dude with that tattoo. This fucking scumbag kidnaps her, keeps her ass in a cage, and then sells her off to the Korean mafia, where even more bad stuff happens. She now has post-traumatic psychogenic blindness. She wants to find the guy to protect other girls, but that doesn't explain why the Yakuza are after her. Lee proposes using a body double to save Makoto and protect Majima's interests, but he refuses because that's some shady shit that Majima not willing to do. The next day, though, the girl that was supposed to be the body double is found dead in the river. Majima didn't do it. Lee didn't do it. Who the fuck did it? The phone rings. It's an unknown caller offering a trade to Majima for the hit. Majima meets up with Hitman Nishitani, patriarch of the Kijin clan. And by the way, guys, I'm not Japanese. Don't crucify me on these pronunciations. I apologize. Of the Omi Alliance. In return for doing the fake hit, Nishitani wants the real Makoto. They fight. Why wouldn't they? Nishitani goes to jail. Majima tries to feed some bullshit to Sagawa about the hit, but Sagawa's not buying it, and his scouts find where Makoto is hiding. They have no choice but to flee Sotenboro and Lee's van. They get in the van and BOOM! That motherfucker is dead. Sagawa's all like, why are you fucking with me, guy? Now I have to kill you. That's messed up. I thought we were cool. Raises his gun and BAP! Sagawa gets shot? Wait. What? Who the fuck is this guy? This is like the fifth person trying to either go after or protect this girl. Why the hell is she so special? Mystery Man pistol whips Majima. Black screen. Previously in Kiru's story, some stuff happened. I've been talking a lot. I'm not going to repeat myself. Rewind the video. Anyway, Kiru's back in Kamurocho. Yakuza is still searching everywhere for him, and his house is on fire. Kiru gets found, fights off a bunch of homies before getting overwhelmed, and right before Koozai gets his revenge, BAM! He gets hit by a fucking car. Tachibana's all like, get in! And they out. Like, out. Bye, Felicia. After the rescue, Tachibana's not doing so hot, so you go to an underground hospital. Him and his assistant, Oda, are ex-Chinese mafia. And the camera pans down to show you that Tachibana has a bat tattooed on his arm. Holy shit! Tachibana recovers enough to enact a plan to get the Yakuza off of Kiru. They're walking straight into the lion's den to make a deal with the heads of the Tojo. For those that aren't keeping up, the Tojo are the clan, Dojima is the family in the clan. So they are going even higher than Dojima to get this issue solved. Kiru's all like, what the fuck? Are you crazy? I was in the Yakuza. You don't do this shit. But Tachibana is about to make an offer no one can refuse. Straight Godfathers the whole shit by dropping 500 million yen in exchange for Kiru's life. That's roughly 5 million US given variable currency exchange rates. And remember, this is the 80s. 5 million then is like 11 mil US today. That's a lot of money for one man's life. Most kidnappers only want a couple $100,000, and that's even if the family's rich as fuck. And then Tachibana says he'll drop another 500 million yen once everyone's officially backs the fuck off. That's 1 billion total. And then he says he'll give Tojo 30% of their Kamurocho profit. Over a long period of time, that is a fuck ton of money. When did Kiru start shitting gold? Deal goes through, Kiru will no longer be hunted by the Tojo, but let's not forget this is the Yakuza we're talking about. Even if you give them mad bread, you have to have a brawl after that shit if you want to get out. My man's Kiru's fired up. Someone just paid 1 billion yen for his ass. You can tell because he didn't take the stairs. His ass just jumped straight down. And he's about to mess everyone up in this bitch. Guess what? He does. They get out. Tachibana informs Kiru he finally has a lead on the lot owner. Turns out this person is in Sotenbori. For those of you who are having a hard time keeping track of the spiderweb of conspiracy, that's also where Majima's story is taking place. They also believe Shibusawa and the Omi Alliance are looking for this person. So pack your bags, bitches. Road trip! Or plane. I don't know how far it is. To Sotenbori! But hold your damn horses. Tachibana has more information. Tachibana says the person who owns the lot is a young woman. Okay. A sight-impaired young woman. Say what? Huh? She's functionally blind. You have to wait. No, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The woman's name is Makoto. Holy fucking shit. It's starting to come together. Makoto is being hunted by multiple families in the Yakuza, and Tachibana's crew all for this empty lot in control of Kamurocho's pleasure district. Some want her to sell, some want her dead. Majima and Lee want to save her. She is the key to this whole fucking shitstorm of conspiracy and treason and punching people. Let's not forget Tachibana has a bat tattoo. Does he want Makoto for the lot or some other reason? Let's find out. But not right now, because we're back to Majima and the weird mystery man in the nice ass suit. In case you forgot, Majima got knocked out. Sagawa got shot, but apparently he's not dead, and this man just walks away with Makoto. Who the fuck is this guy? Majima gets captured, and Sagawa beats him to hell for betraying him. I mean, it's the Yakuza. Sagawa mentions the order to kill Makoto came from Shimano, Majima's old boss, but no one knows why. Nishitani might know why, but he's in jail. In order to get to Nishitani, Majima meets up with a detective who wants him to join a fight club. However, some of you might remember rule number 1, we don't talk about Fight Club.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
So moving on. You do the thing, get your ass thrown in jail, and finally meet up with Nishitani. If this shit couldn't get any more complicated, White Suit Guy is part of another group, an underground operation called the Nikio Consortium, who report directly to the Tojo. And White Suit Guy, Sera, is the consortium's president. These guys are basically the black ops of the Yakuza. Nobody knows about this shit. Nishitani was hired by Shibusawa, one of the dicks that were going after Kiru. So Majima breaks out of jail after Nishitani gets shot multiple times and hauls ass to the consortium HQ. He finds Sera, who says the girl's been passed off to a colleague. And for some reason, Sera wants to keep Makoto safe even though all the other Yakuza want her as captured or dead. Then we finally learn why this tiny ass plot of the land is so damn important. This plot is worth over 1 billion yen and is the key to the Kamurocho revitalization project. The money and power given to the person who controls this project is said to be immeasurable. Finally, we understand why people are dying and why everyone is going after this chick for this tiny ass plot of land in the middle of this big ass city. So Sera proves very helpful, and BAM! Sakawa bitch ass shoots him. He pulls a business card out of his pocket and it's Kiru's card since he's working for Tachibana now. Wait, what? Sera's underground Tojo clan, but is helping Kiru, who left the Dojima family and is now working to stop the Yakuza from owning the lot? What the fuck is going on? Well, if you're completely lost at this point, too bad. Back to Kiru. Just before Majima's recent series of events, Kiru arrives in Sotenbori, picks up Makoto from Sera, and Makoto learns that the land was owned by her grandfather who passed away. She just wants to get rid of the damn land because everything's going to shit and everything that's been going on, she just wants it to end. Kiru just wants to keep Kazuma safe by helping Tachibana, so they're both like, bet, let's get this deal done, we out. So they're on their way to Kamurocho, and who decides to show up but Shibusawa. Man puts a clean bullet through the driver's head, and it's a full-on shootout on the highway. We're way past fists at this point. I mean, there's a fucking helicopter, and a chain gun, and a rocket launcher. Where the fuck do you get a helicopter? So with a pistol, Kiru takes down an armored chopper. Go figure. And they hide out in some random construction site. Oda then loses his shit and pulls a gun on Kiru and says he can't let this girl meet Tachibana. Makoto has to be the baddest blind chick I know because she shanks this motherfucker easy with her cane. Kiru puts him on his ass, and then this story gets even more crazy. Turns out Oda has a bat tattoo as well, in the same spot on his arm. It's a mark of the gang that Oda and Tachibana were in together. Before meeting Tachibana, Oda was in some shit, including human trafficking, Makoto being one of them. Much later, Tachibana and Oda see Makoto on the news. Oda recognizes immediately from his job before he met Tachibana, whereas Tachibana recognizes her immediately because she is his sister. Timeout. Makoto's Tachibana's sister? Oda basically sold his homie's sister to the Korean mafia before they met. That's fucked up, guy. Shibusawa's people find the construction site and raid it. Pop Oda full of holes, but luckily, Kiru and Makoto get away. If you didn't think so already, Oda's a real piece of shit because apparently he was on Shibusawa's payroll and handing over tips and information to Shibusawa this whole time. But now he's dead. That's right. Fuck you, Oda. Good riddance. Back at Kamurocho, everyone's intentions is beginning to be revealed. Tachibana knew his sister owned the lot and was working with Kazama to protect her. Kazama wants the lot to control the Tojo from behind the scenes and keep it away from his rival Dojima. As Tachibana and Kiru are planning their next move, bam, bam! Kiru gets shot. Someone hired an assassin to capture Tachibana, and Kiru gets shot. Kiru gets patched up and runs into more Dojima family while he's looking for Tachibana. Nishi's with them and is all like, I won't let these bitches mess with Kazama-san. You're not getting that lot, fool. Let's kick everyone's ass, Kiru. Yeah, Nishiki, high fives, let's go. They have a quick, you're my brother, I love you moment. And then they do the badass rip your shirt off thing and start kicking everybody's ass. Seriously, I need to learn that. So Tachibana is getting tortured by Koozai's men. One dipshit goes too far and clocks the guy with a sledgehammer. A fucking sledgehammer. Kiru and Nishiki bust in, kick more ass, and womp womp. They're too late. Mans took a sledgehammer to the face. He's gonna die. But before he does, Kiru learns that Dojima is the biggest douchebag of them all. Dojima is the one who hired the assassin, the one that shot Kiru and captured Tachibana. Dojima is the one that is trying to drive Kazama out of the Tojo clan, and that is why Dojima is the one that framed Kiru for murder. That's right, Dojima hired the assassin to kill the dude after Kiru whooped his ass in the empty lot. Basically, Kazama brought Kiru into the family, and superiors take responsibility for underlings that have major screw-ups. So by framing Kiru, then Kazama is going to take the fall for that and potentially have ramifications with the family. And that's what Dojima is trying to do. So Tachibana's dead. Kiru is wicked fucking pissed off. And Koozai, after getting his ass beat down by Kiru for like the 10th time, says that the Omi are trying to get the lot too. If the Omi get it, then they're going to march right into Tokyo and have an all-out war with the Tojo. If you couldn't tell already, even within the Yakuza, things are fucked up. So the first time Makoto gets to experience her brother in God knows how long, he's dead. Feel for you, girl, but Kiru's got you. Don't worry. But more on that later. Majima's turn. Majima's in Kamurocho and meets up with Shimano, his old boss. Shimano basically planned the whole thing out, knowing Majima wouldn't kill the girl, and she would end up trusting him. Now all Majima has to do is get the girl, get her to sell the land to Shimano, and Majima's back in the family. No one has to die. All right, cool. Shimano wants to give it to the Omi, and then he will run the Tojo clan on the side while the Omi take over Tokyo. So let's catch everyone up, because I know it's a lot. Through various means, Kazama, Dojima, and Shimano are all Yakuza, but they are all trying to get this lot to control the Tojo clan in some way, shape, or form. We've been explaining this whole convoluted story, and that's it. That's it. 3 people trying to buy land off of one girl, and all of this shit happened. But obviously the game wouldn't be as fun if it was that simple. Anyway, Majima goes searching for Makoto and finds her on a rooftop overlooking the empty lot. Oh shit. Her eyesight's starting to come back. That's crazy. So since she met her brother, I guess whatever emotional trauma that she had is starting to subside, and now her eyesight's starting to come back. But what's really crazy is how she arranges the meeting with Dojima and will sell him the lot, but she doesn't want money. She wants the heads of his 3 lieutenants because they're responsible for killing her brother. This chick is fucking ice cold. Respect. Majima gets there just in time to BAM! Watch Makoto get shot. And Dojima and his people just dip. As long as no one makes a claim to the land, who will care, right? And Dojima can move forward with this project, or at least that's what he thinks by killing Makoto. As you would guess, Majima is fucking pissed and annihilates the entire group of thugs at that meeting. Sarah's people show up, get her to a hospital, and thankfully the surgery was successful. The girl would live. Majima's all like, fuck that! If Dojima's around, she's not safe, and rushes off to finish what Makoto started. By himself, against the entire family in their HQ. What's Japanese for Leroy Jenkins? Because Shibusawa delivered Makoto, he is now the new captain, and his first order is to eradicate anyone associated with Kazuma and Tachibana real estate, like hardcore out for blood purge type shit. Kiru finds out Kazuma's plan all along was to give the girl to Sarah, so he would become the chairman and help Kazama keep Dojima's power in check. At this point, Kazuma just wants balance within the Tojo and the Yakuza. Kiru's all like, nah famo, I have to go warn my people, and while doing that runs into Koozai again. Kicks his ass again. Will this guy fucking give up? Like, Koozai, take a hint. Koozai tells Kiru they know the girl is alive, and this was all part of Shibusawa's plan to learn where the consortium's HQ is. They're going to raid that bitch. They're going to kill everyone. Majima makes it for Dojima HQ and prepares to kick everyone's ass. Kiru makes it for the consortium's hideout and prepares to kick everyone's ass in the middle of a full-on raid. Naturally, everything hits the fucking fan, and it gets to the point where we're like, how the fuck is Kiru still alive? Not that we weren't saying that already, but still. Kiru punches his way all the way to Shibusawa, who has Makoto with him. Majima punches his way all the way through the Dojima HQ, where he finds a Wano. He kicks a Wano's ass, earns a Wano's respect, so the man decides to take a bullet for him when the assassin shows up. Then he takes like 6 more bullets because fuck it. Awano's dead now, and Majima gets to fight the best assassin in Asia. Spoiler alert, assassin ain't shit compared to the mad dog of Shimano. Dojima then pulls a gun on Majima because he's a little bitch and can't fight with his fist. And right before he pulls the trigger, bop! it gets shot out of his hand. Seiya here looking all cool and shit with his cane. But you're going to have to wait and see what happens because Kiru and Shibusawa are having a very provocative discussion about titles and legacy and shit. And then Shibusawa does this cool rip your shirt off thing, and you know it's on. After a really intense boss battle, you know Kiru's out here kicking ass because he's the dragon of Dojima. Right when he's going to let his anger consume him and finish the job, kill his first person and become a quote-unquote true Yakuza, as Shibusawa claims, Nishiki swoops in to save his boy's morality, and Shibusawa's reign is finally over. Yet again, we switch back to Majima. For real though, if you weren't confused already, these last couple chapters does its damn best to lose you. Majima is hell-bent on killing everyone to protect Makoto, but Seiya's trying to talk him out of it for the sake of her conscience. Majima does the cool thing that heroes do when they're conflicted, acting like they gon' kill someone, but just end up scaring the shit out of them. He ends up taking the high road. Good for you, Majima. Good for you. Turns out Makoto is awake and the deal is done. Seiya's all like, fuck you, Dojima. I got the lot. Now what, bitch? What's good? And with all powerful, Dojima family can no longer do whatever they want within the Tojo, and balance has been brought back to the clan. Before Majima leaves, Seiya gives him a gun and says, tell your boss Shimano to take responsibility for betraying the Tojo. You really expect this guy to off himself? Is Majima gonna kill him? Majima crosses Shimano meeting with the head of the Omi. Apparently they're working on that deal where Shimano's gonna pass off the Pleasure District to the Omi and then take over the Tojo. But they don't know that shit got fucked up. That's why Majima's there to tell him. He tells Seiya's message to Shimano and passes off the gun. Shimano points the gun back at Majima. Like, what the fuck, dude? Really? It's like that? Then pops the Omi leader in the head. Like, clean shot. But gets blood over the tatami mats, so I guess it wasn't so clean. Shimano still wants to overthrow the Tojo, but realizes he needs to bide his time. We'll probably revisit that in the later game. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. So after all of that, 1 month passes. And the chairman of the Tojo names Seiya as the new captain who heads the Kamurocho Revitalization Project. Kiru wants back into the Dojima family for some fucking reason. Really, dude? You go through all of that and want back in? Come on, Kiru. But he's determined to walk his own path and create his own style of Yakuza, so I guess I respect it. Majima finally cuts his hair and loses his shirt like what Yakuza fans generally expect from his crazy ass, and he says goodbye to Sagawa. Makoto is alive and well. She can now see, and has a crazy ass guardian angel looking after her, even though she doesn't actually know who Majima is. And that's it. The first story of an insane series of events for our man's Kiru Kazuma. If you're one of those that found this video helpful or at all entertaining, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment. What games do you want to see me explain after we finish the Yakuza series? I plan on doing story reviews for every Yakuza game, and if this stays fairly successful, other franchises as well. Keep your eyes on the channel for updates, but bear with me. These videos take time. Some of the games I need to replay before I get the full experience back, and Blanca's busy with a young family, full-time job, and a growing stream. If you'd like to check out the live stream on Twitch, join the family in Discord, or connect on any of the socials, all my links can be found in the description below. I'm LaMuerteBlanca, and I'll catch you guys next time.